Sandun Fernando has extra pockets for collections. Has extra pockets for collections. Sandun Fernando.
I hate weddings, especially the ones where I have to walk down the aisle. Don't judge too fast. I mean, not the anonymous secret judges panel, the only ones with files in this room. The rest of you, hear me out. My brother is the youngest in the family. He decided to get married. In true Sri Lankan style, the last to get married in the family. For the last 2 years and 362 days, he has been living in Dubai. Because of that, he decided to plan his wedding through a WhatsApp group. So he created the WhatsApp group and added all the important people who should be in there. Our mother, our 4 sisters, me, and his to-be wife. Thank God, he stopped there. But my mother had other plans. She took the responsibility upon her like appointing a Sri Lankan cabinet. She added all her relatives, added all the neighbors, everybody from the church into that group. But it doesn't matter. My sisters were controlling the conversation. And 2 of them, the older ones, were like BP membership and BP PR, constantly in touch, checking on things, updating, adding comments. One was like the secretary, once a year just to give records. My 4th sister, the youngest in the family, was there, honorary member, just because it's her birthright to be in. The conversation started. I had 2 days of intense work, and when I checked at my WhatsApp, 5,373 line messages in that WhatsApp group. I opened it, and the last message that I saw had a reaction from my to-be sister-in-law. That got me curious. I didn't end up reading the entire 5,000, but I read the bottom few. When I saw the reactions of my to-be girlfriend, sister-in-law, to the messages of it was that confusing. To the messages of my sisters, I immediately called my brother and I said, "You must be planning a wedding." And then he was very joyful. He said, "Yeah, everything is going well, right? Akkala, taken care of everything." I said, "You might have to find a new wife. Take her out of that group and create a separate group if you want to discuss anything important with her." And I muted my WhatsApp group. But by that time, a lot of things had been decided. And I was given the opportunity to go home and discuss about it a little bit over family thing. My brother wasn't there, naturally. He was in Dubai. I called him and I asked him the question, IMF asked our government when we plan the independence celebration. Where do you get the money? He gave a short answer, like the government. Don't worry, I have collections. He couldn't explain it, just like the Indian Revenue Commission. Fast forward, 2 weeks for the wedding. My mother called me randomly in the middle of the night and says, "Can you transfer 100,000 rupees?" I was like, "Ma, I thought budgets are all taken care of." She's like, "No, Sunita auntie, Vimala auntie and all these cousins from Fernando has come. 17 people in my mother's house 2 weeks before the wedding. My brother who's getting married came 1 week after." In a rush, he came and told me, "Bro, I know you have sent me a lot of stuff and doing it, but I didn't get my suit done, I hope everything else is done. I was like, you created the WhatsApp group, you thought everything was going well. No, after I removed Lakshit, that is to be white, and you spoke to me, I also muted them. So he takes me to the tailor's and he tells me, you tell the design. And I had to pick his wedding suit. I said, fine. And I gave the design. And finally, he added extra pockets. He listened to my entire description, but he added extra pockets. I didn't think much. Let him. Come the wedding day, we are dressed up, and because we don't have our father, I had to drive with him in the car to be his pretend father. As I was getting down from the car, and I looked at my mother for the first time because that morning she was not there. She was in the salon. We did all the rituals without her. She was getting out of that car like she was carrying the wedding cake on her head. My son, who is 6 years old, was given the task of throwing petals. This guy didn't know when to throw it, but the moment he saw Ilacha coming in with his bar, he started throwing flowers. This wedding was at a church that is in my native town. And as soon as my brother was walking down the aisle and he saw our 14-year-old niece dressed in a style that is absolutely appropriate to a church, he looked at her and went, "What's this fashion?" She was like, "Relax, you lived in Dubai. This is California. We are from Khalelia." And as we were having this conversation, the cameraman who happens to be there recording all the conversation. Because of the humidity, my brother has requested my uncle to set up a fan so that there is enough blowing. You must know my uncle Jazzy considers himself a war veteran because he drove a lorry during the wartime to supply fresh vegetables to Colombo. Ladies and gentlemen, life can end up becoming a tragedy if you try to absorb everything. But if you can collect all the memories in your extra pockets and observe, it definitely becomes